They're a ghost story. And then there's the Enfield Poltergeist. Not a tale whispered in shadows, but a haunting witnessed by police officers, journalists, and scientists. A little girl, a strange voice, furniture flying across rooms, and something evil that refused to leave. This is not fiction. Welcome to Truth is Terror. This is the true story of the Enfield Poltergeist. This how the story begins with the Hodgson family. It was August 1977. Peggy Hodgson was a single mother living in a small government-owned house at 284 Green Street in Enfield, North London. She lived there with her 4 children, Margaret, 13, Janet, 11, Johnny, 10, and Billy, 7. Life was modest. They had little money, but they had each other. Until one night, a crash, a scream, and life would never be normal again. It all started with something simple. Janet and Johnny told their mother their beds were shaking. Peggy didn't believe them, until she saw the chest of drawers moving by itself, sliding across the room as if pushed by invisible hands. She tried to push it back. It resisted. She tried again. It moved against her, as if something was inside the house and didn't want to be stopped. Terrified, Peggy called the police. 2 officers arrived to find the family visibly shaken. One of the officers, WPC Carolyn Heaps, witnessed something chilling. She saw a chair slide across the kitchen floor unaided. She examined it for wires, hoaxes. Nothing. She filed an official police report stating she saw a chair levitate, and just like that, the haunting became official. Then came the knocking, loud bangs from within the walls, taps in response to questions. It wasn't random, it communicated. Investigators began documenting intelligent knock patterns. It seemed the entity understood what was being said and responded. Then the case attracted the attention of the Society for Psychical Research. Investigator Maurice Gross arrived first. He wasn't a hardened skeptic. He had recently lost his own daughter and was open to the supernatural. Gross moved in with the family and began documenting the events. He quickly realized this was no ordinary haunting. Soon joined by author and researcher Guy Lyon Playfair, the 2 men would spend over a year living on and off at the house. They recorded over 2,000 unexplained incidents. These weren't just bumps in the night. These were violent, intelligent, and disturbing attacks. The haunting cantered around 11-year-old Janet. She began entering trances. She spoke in strange voices. She would scream at night, claiming something was trying to get inside her. One night, she was found wedged inside a chest of drawers. Unconscious. It didn't stop there. Then came the voice. Deep, guttural. It came from Janet, but her lips often didn't move. The voice claimed to be a man named Bill Wilkins. He said, I went blind. Then I had a hemorrhage, and I died in the chair in the corner of the living room. Journalists later tracked down Bill Wilkins' son. Everything matched. Bill Wilkins had lived and died exactly as described. But how could Janet possibly know that? The strange phenomena didn't stop there. Furniture overturned violently. Toys launched across the room. Curtains twisted into knots in seconds. Cameras captured Janet levitating. Sometimes she was thrown from her bed. Witnesses described her moving in ways no child should be able to. The press descended on the house. Headlines screamed, "The Poltergeist Kid." Photos of Janet levitating appeared in newspapers across the UK. Reporters and skeptics came looking for answers, and some left without them. Critics claimed Janet was faking it all, that she was a clever child, seeking attention. It's true. She admitted to faking a few incidents. But only, she said, to test whether the investigators could tell. I didn't fake everything, she said years later. You can't fake the fear. You can't fake what it did to our lives. During the chaos, Ed and Lorraine Warren, yes, those Warrens, briefly visited the house. They weren't part of the official investigation, but Lorraine later said she sensed a non-human spirit, something demonic. She warned the family. Janet was eventually sent to a psychiatric hospital for evaluation. Doctors found she was not mentally ill, yet the bruises, the voice phenomena, and her terrifying dreams persisted. She said she often felt like she was being watched from inside her own body. This thing is dangerous. Several priests and spiritual leaders attempted to cleanse the house. Some rituals appeared to calm the activity, but it never fully stopped. The family began praying together nightly, and at times the house fell into eerie silence, but it never lasted long. Then suddenly, by 1979, the phenomena began to fade. Some say the poltergeist got bored. Others believe the family found a way to protect themselves. Eventually, the house returned to normal, but the trauma never left. So, where are they now? What happened with the Hodgsons? Janet Hodgson grew up and moved on, but in rare interviews, she admits the entity followed her into adulthood. She still refuses to spend time alone in the dark. Her brother Johnny passed away in his teens from cancer. Not the haunting, but Peggy Hodgson, the mother, stayed in the house until her death in 2003. To the very end, she believed every moment was real. In 2016, The Conjuring 2 brought the Enfield Poltergeist to the big screen. Though dramatized, much of it was based on real events. The voice, the flying furniture, the family's desperation. Hollywood couldn't have written it better, because the truth was already terrifying. The lingering questions still remain. So what was the Enfield Poltergeist? A mischievous child's imagination, mass hysteria, or undeniable proof of something darker? One thing's certain, something haunted that family, something that played with them, tested them, terrorized them, and left behind only questions. What do you believe? Was it real? Was it a hoax? Or was it something this world still can't explain? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because here at Truth is Terror, the screams, they're real.